We supposed to be a sisterhood, and I don't feel a sisterhood right now.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Kaelin and I'm back with another video. Today's video is I'm dealing with privilege within the gay community and like how that is marketed like outwards, and how we even like look at gay black love specifically. So if you are not a part of the gay black community, you might not give a fuck about this video. This might not be for you. I have other videos, but I am eating, by the way. So if you see me like with food in my mouth or something, that's where it's from. If you want to learn about how you can have privilege by being in the black community and be gay, keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and like this video. Also hit the notification bell because YouTube doesn't fucking let people know that my videos are uploaded until later, like weeks later. So if you want to see my videos right when they come out, let me know by hitting the notification bell, giving us a big thumbs up. Okay, let's jump right into the video. Okay, so like I said, this video started because of technically, I don't know if you know the Don't Rush Challenge. If you don't know the Don't Rush Challenge, I don't know what you're doing because we're literally at home on social media. So like, I don't know why you don't know that. But yeah, there was the Don't Rush Challenge. It started off with, of course, just individuals getting dressed, and they would show that process, and there would be friends doing it. Then it grew to couples doing it. Well, a couple of my friends decided to do the video for gay black couples. They did the video, beautiful video. It was really, really cute. It went viral. And of course, when you have anything on social media, especially Twitter, it is up for critique. And it is not necessarily meaning that you were wrong, but it definitely means that it is up for critique. And people have that right to critique things that are on the internet, that are on the World Wide Web. That's why when you put shit out there on the internet, you can't be mad if someone has shit to say about it. That's one of those things that just kind of happens. Yeah. The girls were upset. The girls were not happy. The girls were not living for it.
Hey! What is the tea? The girls are fighting! No! The girls are...
Most of the commotion was due to the fact that claimed that there was not enough representation in the video as the people in the video would have hoped for or thought they were doing. Mainly noting that most of the men were affluent, popular, light-ish brown-skinned, fit, masculine presenting men. Or as they claim it, they didn't have a lot of everyday couples in the video. Everyday meaning just your run-of-the-mill gay couple. They don't have to be necessarily any popular people. They don't necessarily fit into that typical description of a gay black male that you automatically think of when you see a couple on TV. Like, essentially, anybody that is not necessarily straight presenting, affluent, and fit. Anybody that doesn't fit any of those descriptions, which is a large group of people. That's what they were looking for. There wasn't a lot of diversity within that as far as that goes. There was a decent shade range, I'll say. They did vary in occupations. However, most of these men in the video are
the popular gays.
They're all very into fitness, into like their aesthetics and the clothes that they wear, and a lot of them did live even here in Los Angeles or do jobs that benefit them by being more attractive. So that's just what that is. That is what it is. It doesn't necessarily mean that those people are bad people, but that was the claim that was made. It then spiraled out of control because then there was a lot of gaslighting, there was a lot of sarcasm, there was a lot of people calling people names, there was a lot of people then drawing it out to being like the people were like fat or femphobic. It just so much just started happening, and it just wasn't necessarily, Twitter is not the best forum to have in-depth discussions, especially if they have any level of complexity beyond the intellect of a third grader. So I would say not to do that on Twitter. But of course, that's where things happen. That's the first place that you get, and a lot of times people are riled up, people feel away. And I was even a person that was just trying to say what was actually going on and try to get people to see like that there was multiple viewpoints within this argument. So yeah, that didn't happen. That's why I'm making this video. Now, The thing is that I know a lot of these people personally, and I know that their intent was not to discriminate or exclude anybody. It just happens that these people are friends and they are all couples. So they decided to make a video. It was a fun, harmless video. The issue is that there are a lot of complexities and nuances between race, gender, and society, and also within sexual orientation even, and the presentation that you have. So within those complexities and those nuances, we also have different societies. Within them, you have the fit gays, you have the intellectual gays, you have the fashion girls, you have all of these people which we make kind of funny names for, but those are all their own smaller communities within a larger society, and those are all valid, and they have their own kind of rules and norms that they all abide by, and there are things that go on within those communities that other people may feel excluded out of because they may not fit into those.
You can't sit with us!
Which is not anybody's specific fault inherently. Okay, so let's break this down. We're gonna go to dictionary definition of what is privilege. Okay, privilege. A right, immunity, or benefit enjoyed only by a person beyond the advantages of most. The principle or condition of enjoying special rights or immunities. The fourth one is the one that we're going to go with. Principle or condition of enjoying special rights or immunity. Now, within larger context, we clearly understand white privilege. We're going to use that as the basis of this. White privilege, for those who may not know, is when white people have a level of immunity or they get certain benefits from being white, i.e. being able to walk in certain spaces and not be seen as a threat, being able to walk in certain spaces and not be seen as like a thief, or being immune from automatic police questioning or concern, being immune from negative stereotypes that inhibit them racially. Those kind of things. Those things are what we consider within the realm of white privilege. That can also extend to men. Men have a certain level of privilege over women. It's like another thing. We all know that. Misogyny is definitely real. There is also people who feel that way even within other smaller minority communities, i.e. like me. I am known to have light skin privilege because I am fairer skinned, meaning that I have a certain level of benefit, especially in broader spaces with white people, because I'm seen as less of a threat than maybe a darker counterpart, etc., etc. This goes even further to even being in the gay community. We all know that beauty standards are set by men, so I don't get why we don't understand why there's a high beauty standard within the gay community. I mean, there will be a very overweight man telling a woman that she needs to make sure she has thin waist, big titties, fat ass, or he's over it. And we don't bat an eye about it. But then when we get to the gay community, we don't understand why six packs and big biceps and super masculine deep voice and facial hair, all of those things are the pride possessions within our community. And it's like, I mean, yeah, girl, niggas set the stereotypes or the standards for a lot of beauty standards. So yeah, they're gonna have higher ones for niggas as well. Now, that being said, a lot of people do benefit from them. A lot of people subconsciously attain those standards because even though it can't automatically be tied to a certain influence, a lot of people want to be quote unquote healthy. They love the fitness guru kind of esque body. All the gays love big forearms. We love a trade. All of those things, like those are things within the community that we get. We know. Okay. So when it comes to this, a group of individuals all being very affluent, most of the people, I believe, college even educated, excuse me if I'm wrong, sort of well off, fashion oriented, and able to afford like higher end designer pieces, all of those. That whole realm of that brand of gay is a known one and it's a thing. So all of these people really fit into that. So it's understandable for somebody to critique and automatically say, hey, this demographic of people is always represented, but I think that there needs to be another group of people that need to be represented, and they weren't. And I think that that's weird. Understandable. The issue lies when people want to say that by omission, you have to be phobic of, and that's not how that works. Phobias are intentional. Phobias can be unintentional, but more than likely they're intentional. They may not necessarily be conscious as far as, oh, why I'm doing this, but it is definitely an intention thing. Like, I don't want to be around spiders because I have whatever that spider phobia is. I don't want to be around gay people because I am homophobic. None of these people, to my knowledge, have a history of being specifically like against bigger people, or I don't even know what the word is. Like, to be honest, I don't know. Like, is the word fat? Is the word like overweight? Well, I don't know what the thing is. Let me know if you guys, there's certain words that I don't know, and I'm not gonna claim that I am the perfect person. However, bigger individuals, they're not people that they discriminate against that I've seen. They're not people that I've ever been around and they've been making fun of even people. They're people who I've seen, like, honestly, when I moved to LA, a lot of those people were super uplifting and definitely trying to be as much of an advocate for the Black community. I think that when people start throwing names though, people are automatically up in arms, and that's where it got dicey, because then the team that's normally super pro-gay and I want to help everybody and be an advocate for everybody turns very sour, and people start getting petty. The girls get petty and they get sarcastic and very rude. I think my problem came in to where there were definitely good arguments and people were trying to play dumb and gaslighting those arguments, and it's just like, no, let's call it what it is. It was just misdirected anger. It's not an intentional thing that they did. It was something that they just made a movie. Now, granted, someone could make the argument that because they all occupied this amount of space as in the gay community, that group of people ostracizes certain groups. Maybe not even intentionally, but they do that. That's a whole nother argument. I'm not in that. That's not what this video is about. We're not going there. But that is an argument that people could make. So I heard those arguments. I think that people just want to be heard, and I think that that's all that needs to be said about it, is that it doesn't need to be a place blame on anybody, or somebody's better than other, or somebody needs to go get help and seek therapy, or somebody's phobic. It doesn't need to be that. I don't think that it's anybody's problem per se. I think that it's just a level of understanding that needs to be had. It could just be, there are systems in place that help benefit people who are attractive, who are fit, who are these things. You all benefit from that, and acknowledge that and say, yeah, totally, we are in this space, and that may be even how we know each other, is because we have been granted this amount of access to space, and now we have met each other, and so therefore that's how we have this video. Some people don't feel like that explanation needs to be had. I totally get that as well, because not everything has to be discussed on Twitter, like I already said. So it's just really one of those things where people need to understand that when it comes to race, gender, in our modern day society, it's a lot of nuances, there's a lot of complexities that go within there. Just because you are privileged doesn't mean you haven't struggled, and just because you struggle doesn't mean that privileged people are against you. It just means that this is the situation that we're in, and we're all trying to work to make it a better place. But I think that people need to take a step back and not think of, what is my level of oppression and why am I feeling this way? And are these people doing this intentionally? Am I taking this personally? And vice versa. Is there a level of privilege that I am garnered that isn't allowing me to see their level of oppression or their experience without being like dismissive? Like, we need to get to where we can have those conversations, and that is where we can have a lot more productive conversations. But until then, we're gonna have a lot of petty arguments on Twitter that go nowhere. So I just made this video just because I think that there needs to be a little bit of clarification, and also I think that some people need to hear both sides, and because this topic comes up a lot, and I think that it's a real topic that people need to discuss. I am somebody who benefits a lot from that level of privilege, so I can only speak so much to it, but I want to get the conversation started. So that's why I make these videos, just as conversation starters. Not to say that I'm right or somebody's wrong. I never want to necessarily automatically say somebody's beliefs or experiences are not valid, but I definitely want to give points of views, perspectives, just so we can create conversation, because I think that's the only way we're going to get better at things, is having productive conversations, not just talking at each other on Twitter, but productive conversations. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Okay, TTYL, you stay cute, you stay classy, and I'll see you later. Okay, TTYL, bye. Okay, one more thing. Put that at the beginning of the video, of course. Okay, cool.